That's me, Ron Jaworski, and the Philadelphia Eagles.
And I'm Liz Jaworski. We want to show you a place that's special to us.
Valley Forge. It's quiet out here now, peaceful. But long ago, some brave men helped our country win its freedom here. They suffered terribly, but they endured, and they won.
Today, in Philadelphia, there's another place where people suffer and win, at the St. Agnes Burn Center.
St. Agnes is a special advanced treatment center for burn victims. The pain here can be great, both in the mind and body, but there's great strength and patience here too. St. Agnes is funded by our United Way. We're proud to be pioneering its work. The United Way works in the Philadelphia area.
It works in your town too. Thanks to you, it works for all of us.
The United Way.
The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Football League. Halftime here. Let's check out scores elsewhere around the National Football League now. That's a halftime score, Dallas 21, Giants 7.
A couple touchdown passes by Roger Staubach. Joe Pisarcik threw one for the New York Giants. I guess that's expected. 14-point lead at half.
Let's ask a couple of fellas just before we get to this one. Roman Gabriel, Paul Horning. Are the Dallas Cowboys as good as they looked Monday night against Baltimore?
I think they are. I think they've got more skilled people than anybody I've ever seen equipped to play professional football.
Green Bay 14, New Orleans 10 in the third quarter.
On their way to hopefully their second straight win. I don't know how long it's been since the Packers won 2 in a row.
All right. It is Cincinnati 10, Cleveland nothing in the third quarter. And it is Pittsburgh 14, Seattle 7 at the end of the first half.
Lynn Swann scored one, and then Bradshaw 2 touchdown passes, and a tight ball game. Houston, Kansas City, a field goal separates those two teams.
There's a baseball score, and it is St. Louis 1, Philadelphia nothing in the second inning. That's in the National League East. And here is the American League East. The Yankees finally are ahead of the Boston Red Sox.
Finally. Oh, he scored
and
35
here in Washington,
runs.
at the end of the first half, it is Washington 21 and Philadelphia 10.
That'll be a sweep for the Yankees, and they'll be what, tied? Tied with Boston for the lead if they win today.
Here comes the second half kickoff now. Mark Mosley getting set to put it, and he's got Campfield and Henry deep. There they are.
This could be a key series for the Eagles. Come out smoking.
Aimed by Henry, and he's at the 13, 15, 20, 25, and upended. Bounced up to the 30-yard line. So that's where the Eagles will start. Dallas Hickman downfield on the tackle.
The Eagles have to show some offense early, I think, Paul, to swing that momentum that the Redskins gained late in the second half.
You know, Lombardi used to always tell us that this was as important a series as any series in the game. If you get the second half kickoff, this is what sets the tone for your offense the whole ball game right here.
So let's see what the Eagles do. Jaworski trying to get it to Carmichael.
That might have been a good move. Curtis looked as though he was in position to pick one off, so Jaworski might have intentionally thrown that one in the ground.
I think he tried to hold up on the throw, and it just slipped out of his hand.
Second down, 10 yards to go at the 30.
That Curtis still has a great quickness.
Now it's Houston 6, Kansas City nothing in the second quarter. Jaworski's now 5 for 11. He started out 4 for 4. Now he's 5 for 11. Hogan and Montgomery setbacks. Hogan tipped up as he got only a yard. It was Big Dave Butts who got a hand on him there. 3rd and 9.
Big down for the Eagles. Here goes 45, Gerald Williams in for Curtis, coming in with that 5-back situation again. That's tough to throw against, too. The Redskins do such a fine job with that defense.
Where do you like to go, Gabe, in this situation?
Well, you try to single up. In their particular coverage, you either get a single up with Houston covering or sometimes with the outside guys on your Z-man or flanker.
Well, that's nice. Have to go against Houston.
I know.
3rd and 9.
Blitz, too.
Carmichael is who he's trying to get it to.
Bad pass that time, Lindsey. Carmichael was open right at the 40-yard line. He should have hit him there.
Yeah, he overthrew the ball. Evidently, he must have had vision of the linebackers coming, Paul. As you pointed out, they had a blitz. Perfect coverage for what they were trying to do.
So Rick Ingalls has come in to punt the ball, as the Eagles will have to give it up here. Tony Green is dropped back to field it for the Redskins. 5th punt of the day for Ingalls.
The Eagles are either going to have to stay out of those nickel situations or make yardage against that coverage.
Tony Green is retreating. High spiraling kick.
Beauty.
At the 20, he drops it. Picks it up. 25, 30. Look at Tony Green go.
That's all over, Bo.
There he goes. Tony Green. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Into the end zone for the touchdown. 80-yard return.
49-yard punt. There's Tony Green, the rookie out of the University of Florida. And Lindsey, the special teams of the Washington Redskins have just extended the lead here to 27-10. And Gabe, how many times have we seen a punt return man? Here it is. He drops the football. Now the Eagles let up a little bit when they see that. He overrun the coverage, and then it's all over. A good move by Tony Green right there. He got a good block on Rick Ingalls, somebody coming back from the outside. And then Green with 4.5 speed. Nobody's going to touch it.
Nobody. He actually didn't need any blocks there. He did most of that on his own.
80-yard touchdown return. And Jack Pardee is happy for the youngster from the University of Florida.
The Eagles special teams are coming back to haunt them again this week.
Conversion attempt coming. Mark Mosley. Diasman puts it down. Mosley boots it up, and it's good. So as they come back up the field, it is the Washington Redskins 28 and the Philadelphia Eagles 10.
Here's to good friends.
Here he comes.
Tonight is kind of special.
Hey, we almost gave up and set out for pizza. Sorry. All I could get were lobsters and Lowenbrow. All I could get were lobsters and Lowenbrow. Well, it's the last party of the summer. I figured I'd shoot the works.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Well, like the song says, here's to good friends.
Ford Futura, designed for the future. A dramatic combination of styling and technology for 1978 and beyond. Computer modeling and aerodynamic testing contribute to Futura's striking lines. Futura provides excellent fuel economy and room for 5. Engineered and styled for the future, realistically priced for today. Test drive Futura at your Ford dealers, where the better ideas keep coming.
Let's take a look at Tony Green. Put a little music to this ballet. Tony Green for 80 yards and 6. Gabe, nobody's going to catch it.
No, I don't think if they ran it all day long, anybody catch it.
I think you're right. Tony Green today has had 98 yards on kickoff returns, 80 yards on punt returns, 178 yards for the young man. And now here's Mosley putting it up. He's got Henry and Campfield deep. Campfield has it at the 13. Henry it is, I beg your pardon, Henry. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line, just short of it. Clarence Harmon made the stop. Well, the Green Bays have scored again. It's 21-10 in the third quarter over New Orleans.
Going for 2 in a row.
About the only thing the Redskins aren't doing well is their kickoffs. Everything else is going real well for them.
I don't have to worry about that. Mosley is one of the best kickoff men in the league. It'll come back.
The Eagles in possession once again. Jaworski, the quarterback. Montgomery behind Hogan. Payne across. Montgomery. Got about 3.
That play was strung out real well by Carl Lorch to left in there for McDowell now.
2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
In that Packer game, David Whitehurst has thrown, I think, 3 touchdown passes to his #1 draft choice, James Lofton, the All-American out of Stanford. He can fly.
Eagles have 3 outside receivers in the game.
Orrin Middleback is in there now, number 81. Carmichael, second catch of the day, 40, 45, 50, Carmichael. That's Gerald Williams who finally brought him down at the 40-yard line of Washington, a 32-yard gain on the pass.
And I think that's exactly what Philadelphia's going to have to do now, right, Gabe? They're going to have to put the ball up in there. Here comes both
the blitz.
blitzes on the inside were picked up beautifully.
This is what the Eagles call their hot principle too, Paul. Whenever the outside receivers see the blitz, they turn it in. What Carmichael did, Jaworski read it well. They don't have anybody to pick up those guys coming on the blitz.
Gerald Williams on the stop for the Redskins.
1st and 10 for the Eagles at the Redskin 40-yard line. Hogan ahead of Montgomery in the eye. Even them up. Jaworski has the ball. Blindsided, and it's Coy Bacon. Coy Bacon.
That's the 2nd sack of the afternoon for Big Coy. He lets everybody know he made the sack too, doesn't he?
Boy, he's given Stan Wallers all Stan can handle today. What, Bacon have 2 sacks in the first quarter last week against New England too?
I think he did.
He's a fine defensive end. A great addition here for the Redskins. There's the other part of the addition. Number 24, Lamar Parrish, who played cornerback for Cincinnati also. And of course, we got Bill Berge on the other side of the coin, who was a great defensive player for Cincinnati. I don't think Cincinnati's that good to give up Berge, Bacon, and Lamar Parrish.
I don't know how they can do it.
2nd and 15 at the 45. Jaworski trying to hit Middlebrook, trying to hit Orrin Middlebrook.
Badly thrown ball there, Paul. Ball probably should have been released. Jake Scott was there all the way.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of red shirts to me. Jake Scott, 9 years out of Georgia. I tell you, they've got 2 fine safety men, the Redskins. Houston and Jake Scott back there. They know what they're doing.
Well, here comes Bacon, that matchup, Stan Wallers, Coy Bacon.
Now, see, an offensive lineman can do that this year. You think that's just as bad as holding, isn't it?
I think it's worse. You can imagine having a shot at the quarterback and the guy pushes you.
You say that now, you're up here, but if you're a quarterback, you got to like that.
Nice block, Stan.
3rd and 15. Hogan left. Montgomery right. Jaworski.
Oh,
Montgomery, and it's a forward pass incomplete.
Walters is down, 75. Montgomery has to come up with that catch, Paul. You would have never dropped one like that.
Sure has. Jaworski could have ran the football, too.
Here's the Dallas Giants score.
Oh, New York coming back. They were trailed 14-0, then 21-7. They've come back with a touchdown. 3rd period, Dallas 21, the Giants 14. You couldn't possibly expect the Giants to pull an upset there, could you?
Ingalls is in on 4th down to punt. Tony Green is back to receive it for the Redskins.
This Redskins team is mighty impressive.
Kick it away from him this time, way to the left.
It's around the 20-yard line. To ensure no run back. 21-yard punt. 28-10, the Washington Redskins leading the Eagles.
I don't know what it is, but there's something about a Big Mac that keeps me coming back.
You're the one you keep coming back. There's something about a Big Mac that keeps you coming back. Keeps you coming back. Coming back to that Big Mac.
I'd hypothesize that it is definitely the lettuce.
It's with the 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce and cheese. All the pickles and onions on a bun. Could it be those sesame seeds?
One thing is the 2 all-beef patties.
That's 2 things, Bob. You're the one you keep coming back. There's something about a Big Mac that keeps you coming back. Keeps you coming back. Coming back to that Big Mac. No matter where you're going, you keep on coming back to
the sesame
We
seeds.
do it all for you. Coming back to a Big Mac. We do it all for you. Coming back to a Big Mac.
We have 11 minutes, 16 seconds left in the third quarter. The ball was spotted on the 24-yard line, where it's first down, 10 yards to go for the Washington Redskins. Mike Thomas, John Riggins are the running backs for Joe Theismann. And he bugs in a wide left. Gene Kruger across. Theismann. Incomplete. Frank Grant, the intended receiver. Frank Grant, right there.
They're hitting the seams right in between the zone defense. Theismann right on the button, Gabe.
Yep.
And Grant just shook his head right there. He knew he should have had that.
Looked like they were working on number 47, Charles Williams, John Outlaw's replacement there, too.
Here comes the play in from John McDaniel. There's Theismann's stats on the afternoon. 9 out of 16, 155, 2 touchdowns. He scored one himself.
That motion is bothering the Eagles' defense. Everybody's doing that now that Dallas has had so much success with it.
McDaniel and Bugs to the left side. Riggins. At the 27-yard line, he got 3.
Not much for Big John there.
Tough to run against that 34.
It sure is. They got good reaction from their linebackers, don't they, Gabe?
They do. I think that's probably the key to the Eagles' defense. Their linebackers are strong, fairly agile, and smart.
Third down and 7 yards to go. Ball is on the 27-yard line. Theismann brings him up again with Danny Bugs on a wide left. Grant is loosening up to the right side. Theismann. And Theismann is sacked. Pulled down there near the 17-yard line.
And it's Bill Berger again. That's his 3rd sack of the afternoon. He got 2 in the first couple of series. Here's Theismann. Where's Berger coming from, Gabe? He's coming from the outside.
Coming from the outside. Looks like he was looking for 88 Bugs. Just didn't have the time, huh, Paul?
That'll bring up a punting down now. Mike Bragg is in to do the booting. Wally Henry has dropped back to return it for the Eagles. 4th punt of the day for Mike Bragg. He really hangs it up there. Fair catch signal by Henry. Makes the catch. They'll start at the 43-yard line. Penalty marker back down at the line of scrimmage. A penalty marker.
What this usually is those offensive linemen blocking for the punter. If they leave a little bit too early, they're downfield.
That's what happened. Downfield too early, so the penalty flag was thrown.
Paul, we were discussing last night about quarterbacks' plays being called for them. Here we have 2 teams where both coaches call the plays. What do you think? You think there's an advantage for the coach to call the plays in a situation like this?
Well, I think it's been proven as far as Joe Theismann is concerned. They said he had an excellent preseason.
Offense, number 66, illegally downfield, 4th down.
Ted Frisch.
That's the center who comes in and centers on all special teams, Teddy Frisch. I think as far as Joe Theismann is concerned, they feel it's really helped him out. How about you? You're a quarterback. Do you like to call your own plays, or would you rather have the coach call it?
Now, I think in a situation like this, it certainly has helped Theismann, but as long as the coach doesn't lose respect for the human element on the field if he's going to call the plays.
Whoa. Well, Henry was hit the moment that he got the ball by Don Harris, but he held on to it.
Somebody should have called that one for Wally Henry.
That was great timing, Lindsey. If he would have hit him a fraction before that, it would have been something. Watch the timing here with Don Harris on Wally Henry.
The 1978 Ford Pinto. With standard features like these, it's packed with value. A 2.3-liter engine, a 4-speed transmission, rack and pinion steering, power front disc brakes, electric defroster, AM radio, tinted glass and bucket seats. And since the 77 model year, redesigned fuel system features that include a longer filler pipe and polyethylene shield. Ford Pinto, over 2.5 million sold since introduction. Ford Pinto, a complete small car.
Aerosol, not an economical way to apply deodorant. In fact, you'd use up this 4-ounce can of the leading aerosol, buy another, use it up, buy a third, use it up before you'd use up 1 2.5-ounce speed stick. Men and Speed Stick is solid deodorant. An even, effective layer of protection you apply directly. Nothing's wasted. That's why 3 million more...
And they're badly in need of getting something underway because the Redskins lead them 28-10. We have 9 minutes, 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Jaworski swings it out, left flat. Hogan has it just across midfield to the 49-yard line.
They're going to have to come back to the strong side some. They're doubling up on Carmichael, so somebody on that strong side has to have one-on-one coverage.
Well, that would be the other receiver. Tight end has got to be open in a situation like that, Gabe. That's Keith Krefley, and he hasn't been open too much. Doesn't look like he's getting off the line of scrimmage too quickly.
That's right. That guy, what's his name? The real good one? Houston?
Houston, he's right there, right?
Second down and 6 yards to go. Hogan again. Troy Bacon was there to cut him off at the pass.
You know, you have to admire the Redskins, though. What they're going to do now is sit back, double Carmichael, play man on man, and tell you if you're going to beat us this way. And the Eagles are going to have to do something about it.
Looky here, a field goal by Joe Danello from 43 yards has cut Dallas's margin to 4.
The Eagles are 1 out of 8 in third down situations here. They need one now.
They're going to get you out of retirement if this keeps up.
I took my phone off the hook.
Jaworski gets it over to Montgomery, and he is at the 40-yard line and down at the 39. It is a 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Harry Brooks brought him down.
Good safe call.
Good hard running that time by Montgomery. Little screen.
Little opposite side screen, having Montgomery come away from the backside. Of course, Hamburger was blitzing. Had no one there but Williams, the nickelback, trying to make the tackle.
It's Woody Peoples out in front, the right guard for the Eagles, number 69.
Carmichael split out to the left side. Ken Payne to the right side. Jaworski to Payne, incomplete.
Well, he kind of tripped. Was wide open on the square out.
To make that kind of catch in a situation like that.
Dig Vermeil. Jaworski is 8 for 18, 96 yards.
He needs somebody to come up with the big play, Lindsey. Eagles look a little listless out there to me. They haven't come up with the big play since actually that beautiful run by Montgomery for the touchdown for the first score.
Second down, 10 yards to go at the Redskins' 39-yard line. Jaworski. Montgomery. To the 35. Picked up 4 yards. Brad Dusek made the tackle.
Jaworski did an outstanding job there. He was looking downfield for Carmichael, had a big rush by 69, and put the ball out to Montgomery just as he got smacked to the turf.
Gerald Williams comes in now as they go into the nickel defense. Mike Curtis comes off for the Redskins. 6 minutes, 57 seconds left in the third quarter. Washington 28, Philadelphia 10.
The Redskins are playing everybody. Perry Brooks is in there, defensive tackle.
Jaworski. Complete to Montgomery. Is at the 25, to the 23-yard line.
Keeps the drive alive, Lindsey. Needed about 6. Montgomery again for the first down. This time he picks up 12 on the little delay over the middle.
Right call, Paul. They had the situation they were looking for. Jake Scott was doubling on the tight end, left the halfback on the linebacker. Tough to cover, but you know, any linebacker covering a back.
I love that. You see so many. I think professional football, one thing that has changed in the last 15 years offensively is a quarterback. They have moved your running backs into the passing game.
1st and 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles at the Redskin 23. Jaworski. Carmichael. He has it. Inside the 10 with Lamar Parrish hanging on.
Hanging on for dear life. The big guy, 6'8", trying to drag him into the end zone, picked up 13 yards, and there was nothing Parrish could do here. 6'8", this is just a good pattern and a good throw, Gabe.
One of the few times they've been able to single up Carmichael. And what a target he is.
Look how he had the rope and time as he tackled it.
You wonder why they just don't lay the ball up. What was the guy for San Francisco that used to just throw the ball up?
R.C. Owens, the alley-oop.
They should do that with Carmichael. He's so doggone tall.
First and goal at the 10-yard line. Jaworski.
Touchdown.
Montgomery.
Real smart move by Jaworski that time, Gabe. Everybody was covering to the outside, and Montgomery just slipped right through. Nobody covered him. Play action right here. Montgomery is going to be wide open.
Working on the linebackers
touchdown.
there, huh, Paul?
Right.
They moved Jake Scott, had him out of position. Nobody there to cover him but a linebacker.
I tell you, this game's not over with, folks. I won't tell you that.
Nick Mickemeyer will attempt the conversion now. Sharrow will put it down. It is no good.
Did he miss it?
He missed it. He missed it. It is no good. Missed the conversion. So it is 28-16.
Newest 721 radial are two belts of steel cord. In each cord, 10 strands of high-strength steel. 7 strands around 2, wrapped by 1. 721. Because it's a metric radial, it can use more air, so you use less gas. We call it the Fuel Fighter, designed to save you more gas than any steel-belted radial tire Firestone has ever built. Firestone's newest 721, the Fuel Fighter.
The arrester has come to town. The zinc-coated double-wrap muffler from Kmart. Have it installed by Kmart. And if anything goes wrong, they'll replace it free for as long as you own your American-made car.
Like other great car products, it's Kmart priced.
Kmart's Arrester, a very inexpensive way to lock away noise.
Nick Mickemeyer will kick off now for the Philadelphia Eagles, and Tony Green is the deep man to receive the kickoff for the Washington Redskins here in Washington, D.C. Mickemeyer puts it up. Green at the 1-yard line. He's out to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, and face mask at the 19. Shara, I think.
That's going to hurt Philadelphia. They had Washington pinned back inside the 20 on that kickoff, and if it's a face mask, it's going to advance the football. And Gabe, this is one part of the game of professional football, or even college, that's so similar. When a team is behind, they come back and they score a touchdown, it seems that the defense, when they come on the field, momentum changes, and it just puts a little bit of life into that defense. You'll probably see Philadelphia play a little bit hard-nosed football right now.
I agree with you, Paul. It's every time. Never fails. Here's a face mask by 21 Shara.
And it's a good call by the referee. He had a hold of him.
Redskins have had the ball for only 3 plays this quarter. They have it again.
They can't go into the shell, Lindsey. Washington's offense has got to really try to move it here.
Riggins carrying.
There's your swarming defense.
They got 2 to the 26. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
The Eagles have Eric Johnson in for Randy Logan now, and Shara's in for Deke Sanders. So they have 3 young players playing that secondary. Maybe Theismann will go on top.
Kansas City is going on top. They now lead Houston 10-6. Kansas City, one of their early surprise teams, Lindsey.
They have been running a wing T.
Wing T ran it 69 times last week.
Mike Thomas to the 30-yard line. Picked up 4. It'll be 3rd and 4.
That's what I was just talking about. Why do teams do that? Now they've got a 12-point lead, and Washington's trying to run one, run two. Now they're going to force them into a passing situation. Just what Philadelphia wanted. Exactly what the Eagle defense wanted.
That's right. It just seems a tradition. Everybody
really
seems to fall right in line. I don't know why they do it.
It's conservative thinking offensively, and you know the defense is going to be up. They really want to get that football back.
And it becomes so clear when you're in the broadcasting booth.
It really does. It's so much easier than getting your head torn off down there.
Third down play. Riggins. Well, he was trying to re-spot it because it looks now as a first down where it is spotted.
Oh, well, I guess that answers our question, Paul. If you can run twice and then complete the pass, you don't worry about it.
A little delay over the middle with Johnny Riggins here. And it's a big first down for Washington. Even though a 12-point lead, he gets hit right there by Frank LeMaster. And I watch number 49, Eric Johnson, put the ball back.
He knew where the sticks were. But it's first and 10 at the 35-yard line. Ruggs and McDaniel are the wide receivers for Theismann.
There we go.
McDaniel, square out.
There it is, Lindsey, little first down action.
Just moved it upfield.
You know, Paul, I think to beat the 34 defense, you've got to work on those linebackers. You got to keep them at home on the run and then work on them on the pass.
And you're going to see a lot more short square outs on first down against the 3-4 defense.
Second down, 6 yards to go at the 39. 2 minutes, 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Washington 28, Philadelphia 16. Reggie Haynes out on the right side. Riggins. Matty Sistrunk hanging on. He can't shake loose.
Dallas put 7 more on the board. Second touchdown of the day for Robert Newhouse, a 1-yard run. Dallas 27, the Giants 17. Seattle, Pittsburgh, a close one. Third quarter, 2 touchdown passes by Terry Bradshaw. And Seattle is only 4 points behind in that one.
Loss of 3 on the last play makes it 3rd and 9 now at the 36-yard line. 1:34 left in the third quarter. McDaniel far to the left side. Theismann. Intended for McDaniel, and making the move was Bill Berge.
There he is again. There's our man Berge.
Tell you, he wanted that interception right there.
You know what's amazing about this guy? Here he's played for all these years as a middle linebacker and never been hurt. Guy has never been hurt.
There's McDaniel coming down on the turn in. Now he's open for just that split second. He's diving for the football, and Berge out of the picture on the deflection.
Timing was a little off there. Ball thrown a little quicker, probably would have had a reception.
We've got a Philadelphia injury, and it is Lem Burnham.
Well, they'll miss him. He's their pass rush specialist.
U.S. Open tennis will be coming up on CBS at the conclusion of this telecast.
And don't miss that. For the championship, Chris Evert against Pam Shriver. And she's a little girl from Lutherville, Maryland, not too far from here. What a great tournament she's had. And then it's Jimmy Connors against Bjorn Borg. One of the great, they just go at each other year after year. Connors, I don't think, likes Borg a bit.
Connors doesn't like anybody. U.S. Open tennis coming up on CBS at the conclusion of this game telecast. Burnham still getting attention here. What about the condition of the playing field here at RFK Stadium? There's been some years before when this field wasn't in this kind of shape.
We'll ask Gabe about that. He's played on it.
We used to come down here at the end of the season when it was a mud hole. It was like playing in a sand lot, but this is like going out on a golf course and playing 18 holes the way that grass looks.
That's Bermuda grass. You can hit a wedge and make the ball dance off of that.
Spoken by an old Kentuckian who's an expert on Bermuda grass.
Nothing's as nice as that bluegrass.
Mike Bragg is deep. Wally Henry to receive it.
Good high punt.
Fair catch. Don Harris was right there. That's the fellow who lived with him a moment ago. 44-yard punt, first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
I tell you, here's a sleeper. David Whitehurst has thrown his 4th touchdown pass of the day, 3 to Lofton, and now 1 to his tight end, Rich McGeorge. This is a fine young quarterback. He's about all they have up there, but if he doesn't get hurt, I tell you, he's got a lot of ability. He can run. 4 touchdown passes for him today.
1st and 10 now at the 20-yard line. Hogan and Montgomery for Jaworski. 1 minute, 16 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Reverse.
That's Hogan. Hogan got to the 20, which is the line of scrimmage. Ken Houston made the tackle.
A little bit too smart a defense for those reverses against these very, very, I've called them aged before, but they're awful smart. They're experienced.
That's a good word. That's a good word.
Experience, I think, is a better word, yes.
I think that's the kind of play they wanted to run against McDowell, because that's about the only play that you can seem to get by, because he'll step down when he sees the action going away, and you can get around him, but they don't have McDowell in there.
Carl Larch is there, 3-year veteran from USC.
2nd and 10. Jaworski pumps it over there to Hogan. But he drew a crowd. Chris Handberger. Chris Handberger was there.
Now, if he could have beaten Chris Handberger, he would have had a 1st down, but you don't beat him too often. 14-year veteran out of North Carolina.
Well, see, the Eagles on the last drive work on the linebackers. Now the Redskins go into a combo coverage that puts Handberger man-to-man on the halfback. Look what happens. He's right there to make the play.
And there is the gun before they get this one off, ending the period.
Perfect.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. Washington 28, Philadelphia 16. We now pause for a word from your local station.
See some of your favorite 60-minute stories later than usual tonight, beginning at 9, 8 Central and 7 Pacific on CBS.